No. The title is not clickbait. And if you're new here, how has that skepticism worked out for you? If you'd been here from the start in November, you'd already be up 8, 10x in basically anything I named. But instead, you're sidelined, sitting around watching everybody else like a creepy Cardano holder from the closet. And while we know that's basically the perfect Friday night for a Cardano holder, I don't think you're enjoying this. Which is why I'm gonna open the closet door and look down on your fat 5'2" round little manlet body and say, Billy Bob, this is your last chance. Because we're on the cusp of breaking a Bitcoin all-time high, which means we're on the cusp of one of the biggest bull runs in history. And if you're new here, you're like a guy knocking on the door of a gangbang that's been going on for 24 hours. What are you thinking? That's gross. And now you have to wade through all the piss and Gen Z broccoli-haired butt just to get your sloppy 50 Fs. And look, no one wants to see that except Cardano holders. I certainly don't want that for you. No. Which is why in this video, I'm gonna give you all of it. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna play this market if the bull keeps up. I'm gonna show you where you need to be looking. I'm even gonna show you the exact coins that you should be researching and looking at. I'm gonna start with a nice conservative coin you can get into. You can bring your grandma to them even. I'm not sure why you'd want to invite your grandmother to a gangbang. Okay, that's enough. No more gangbang jokes. We're gonna be mature, self-aware for the rest of the video. Only bukkake jokes. But like I was saying, we're gonna start the conservative, safer coins, and we're gonna work our way down to the riskier 2 AM red light district coins that can give you those 100x's that leave your face covered in gains. That being said, I see you there, sitting on the toilet, 5'2", manlet, fat as totally unfuckable, sitting there all pouty, being fat as squeezing out your Arby melts, thinking to yourself, wow, if only I'd listened to this jacked, woke, handsome, hot as self-aware, and extremely humble man, I'd be living on the moon right now. And you would be if you looked at the calls we've had on this channel recently. Since November, Super, 8 to 10x, Beam, 8 to 10x, Crown up 300% from where we called it just a few weeks ago. PAL up 2 to 3x from where we called it just a few weeks ago. Ceetified 5 to 10x. Altura 3 to 5x. Are you starting to see a trend, sir? Are you starting to realize we're not around on this channel? And frankly, it's perfectly logical to sit there and think, wow, how can I get gains like Becker too? And the answer is, you can't. I am better than you. I am the greatest crypto trader of all time, second only to my queen, the greatest trader, Nancy Pelosi. Which is why you need to buckle up, put on your diaper, stop taking a shit, go somewhere quiet. Tell your wife to get the out of the house. Tell your kids to move. Actually, no, bring your kids around. They need to see what an actual man looks like. Because it is time for us to get started. Because in all serious, gentlemen, Bitcoin is about to cross all-time high. If that happens, this is going to get disgusting. Last bull run, the market really didn't get hot until Bitcoin was 20-30% past its all-time high. And if that pattern replicates, happens again this bull run, yes, we've all been sitting around enjoying a party, an endless bukkake of gains. No more coming gangbang jokes. I'm not sure how this ended up in this video. It's not going to be a theme on this channel. I promise. We're done. One off. Done. But if you've been here since November, you've made a lot of money. That being said, this is just the start. If this is anything like last bull run, the party hasn't started yet. And if you're just getting in now, or you're starting to add positions right now, you may still very well be extremely dank and dirty early. And I'm going to show you how we're going to play this in this video. I'm going to show you the niches and topics you need to be researching. I'm even going to show you a lot of coins. And the cool thing about crypto right now, the thing you need to understand is a lot of the coins that are going to move the most haven't even started moving yet. In fact, some of them aren't even on the market yet. And I'm going to help you find those. So with that being said, jacket is hot. So I'm going to drop on a hoodie and get cozy, which you should too. This is going to be a long video because this is going to be the game plan. This is where the bull market, this is where the crypto gains really start. If we continue bulling. I have to stress as I make this video, there is a chance we just go, woo! And everybody uses this video as a case study of what an overexposed idiot looks like. They're going to be like, this is not what you do financially. Alex Becker is homeless now. The guy in a fur coat screaming bukkake jokes, he didn't do well. His financial prowess, surprisingly, was not that great. But if we do keep going, ooh. And it's really important we understand how we're going to play this market. Because if you look back to the previous bull run, or actually any bull run, nothing really gets started until Bitcoin breaks its all-time high. In fact, in the past, it usually has taken Bitcoin doubling its all-time high for things to really get started. So a lot of people watching this video, you might be looking around, looking at everything that's been up since November, and being like, where was I? How do I get into this now? Did I miss the boat? Well, you did miss the lows. You did miss comical gains because you're a skeptical little bitch. It's just kind of what happens when you live your life with an inverted dick. You're going to have to man up and grow some balls eventually. That's fine, though. We want you here. Why not just follow the herd? And while usually that type of logic is going to get your pee-pee smacked, if we do go into a bull run, you are still relatively early. A lot of the retail investors that we saw in the last bull run, they just aren't here yet. The crypto interest is not there. You can look at Google search trends, you can look at the views on videos. In crypto, the interest is just not there. Last bull run, for example, I could just sit in a chair and eat Arby's and fart on myself and say the word crypto 5 times and I get 1 million views. That's not the case anymore. And I know my content is dog shit, but you're seeing this YouTube wide. And so if you're just getting interested right now, you are in a position to beat a lot of people. And based on last bull runs, if you understand where to look, you're going to do very, very, very well here. And that's primarily going to be through altcoins. If you look last bull market, altcoins, microcaps, the coins that moved the most really didn't start moving until months after Bitcoin was close to all-time high. The coins that did the best really didn't even start moving until middle of the bull run. And by middle of the bull run, I mean middle after Bitcoin hit its all-time high. And so it's a very exciting time still. I think I've made my point. So what I want to do is I want to give you kind of a rough game plan of how I think the bull is going to look. Almost kind of a brief history lesson. I also want to talk about the incoming dumps that are going to happen, because we're probably about to see a lot of dumps too. This is probably going to be a horrible experience for you. Bull runs are a terrible time. I absolutely hate them. Bull runs are not a fun time. They're very stressful. And so there's going to be a lot of dumps coming up here very soon. You're going to need to know how to handle those. And then I'm going to talk about projects, niches, and then I'm going to talk about niches, projects, and places you need to be looking that are going to give the best returns this bull run. There are places that are just preliminarily pre-set up to explode. And if we keep going like we're going, this is going to be stupid. So we're going to mosey on over the coin market cap and start talking about this. Before we get into it, please read this disclaimer. Unlike every other influencer on YouTube, I'm going to be straight with you right now. I have no idea what's about to happen. I cannot read or predict this market. I am just sitting here, dick out in the wind, Titanic style. And my logic is, if we're in a bull run, and this is similar to other bull runs, this is about to get disgusting. Do I know that's going to happen? No. Am I giving you any certainty that's going to happen? No. And my best advice for you would be stay far away from crypto. It is a fantastic way to lose all your money. And if you're new at this, there is a 90% chance you are not leaving with any gains whatsoever. You're getting into the market when everything is really up. This is so incredibly dangerous. This is not financial advice. This is pure, really highly speculative gambling. Got it? All right, let's get into it. So first up, I have to give you a brief crypto history lesson. I know this isn't everybody's favorite part of the videos. You just want to get to me screaming out coins and saying, buy this now. I'm going to tell you straight up, that's not the most helpful way to use these videos. If you use what I'm about to give you right here, you're going to do so much better. So if you can have the attention span above a goldfish and avoid touching your tiddly widdly right here for 5 seconds, this is going to super benefit you. And the people that stick around and have the attention span to watch this are the ones that are going to be successful. Crypto is not about picking specific coins or leaving little hot tips. It's about knowing how this market behaves and how other participants in the market behave, because the goal of crypto is to beat other people. When you're investing in crypto, everybody's putting their money in the pot and then waiting for the last possible second to rip their money out. The person that rips their money out last dies. That's the game we're playing right here. So you need to understand what other people are doing and how they're behaving and how this market is going to phase around. Or you're going to be the person who's the blood sacrifice in this nasty little game we're playing. So please book out 10 minutes here to just protect yourself from the massive downside and losing all your money in this market. All right, my broccoli-haired Gen Z little friends, let's continue. So if we go back in time before a lot of you kids were born, you can see here's the last bull run we had right here. And the old all-time high was, I don't know why I wear sunglasses in these videos. I'm really going to drop this stick. But you can see the all-time high was $17,000-ish right here. So this is November 29th. Let's just say November 30th. So then you can see Bitcoin really rocketed right here. It had its move really early in the year, about January. This is when it doubled, okay? So I want you to keep these dates right here in mind, all right? November 30th, January 10th. So if we go and look at a lot of coins last bull market, and we're not going to look at Ethereum so much because it really starts to move like about a week, 10 days after Bitcoin starts to move. I want to go look at this thing. I want to go look at BNB. So you can see BNB during this time frame, it really didn't move at all. And you can see when Bitcoin had its first initial move, here's 11:30 right here. Yeah, if we go and zoom in and look at these dates right here before the big move, it looked like BNB was just zooming, like you totally missed a bus. It went from, 81 cents to $30. Oh my God, that's disgusting. Whoever got in the BNB, like you can see, like this is what's been going on since November. We're doing pretty good. We're already sitting around going, "How?" But the funny thing is that if we actually then zoom out, this was when Bitcoin really made its first move, 11:30 right here. All right, now here's on January 10th. This stuff still hadn't really moved. And then if we go a little bit further, about a month or two after Bitcoin had its big move, then this moved to $570. Or yes, $630. Sorry, I'm wearing sunglasses to keep up this fake persona I have on the internet. So if I can't see things in these videos, just bear with me. This is where you get your financial advice. This is not financial advice, but good for you. But you can see really, the point I'm trying to make right here is that you had tons of time after Bitcoin started to move. And if you go and look at like any coins, for example, Cardano, which is a really good example of a coin that moved really well last bull run and then lost everyone all their money. If you go to Chuck E. Cheese's right now and you see the miserable staff walking around sweaty, a little bit of poo on the back of their pants because they're kind of special. There's some real autistic special little guys. It's primarily made up of Cardano holders because of this coin right here. And thank God this did happen like it did, because can you imagine those Chuck E. Cheese employees with money? Can you imagine if they reproduced? We'd have 4'2" little manlets just run around, the neck beard only, no beard at all, just giant neck beards, just rollerblading around town, sexually harassing women with their gold chains, and every club we go into would smell like a mixture of Arby's, AIDS, and Hot Pockets. It would be terrible. It would be terrible. But thankfully, we live in a just world, and this coin lost all of its money. And instead of reproducing, other men came and mated with these men's wives. And now they have a family of children that really don't look like them. But don't worry, this is not the fate you're going to go through. You're not going to end up living under their stairs like Harry Potter. You're not going to have to wonder where your wife is on Friday night because you're watching this video and I'm going to save you. Oddly enough, I did make a video at $3 telling them to sell everything. They all made fun of me, which is why I've made fun of them for years. This isn't stopping. So you can see right here, if we go look when Bitcoin made its initial move, again, Cardano really didn't start to move until way after it started making its move. And then it just shot up to the moon. Now, again, I have to stress, if you look at these charts right here, it looks like Cardano was just going to, where are we going? God, stop it. We got to stop using this stuff. We gotta stop using this in videos to show stats. But if we look at this again, it looks like you missed the bus in Cardano, but you really didn't. So this is the position we're in right now. This is why you got to be very excited. Because on most altcoins, which if you're new here, are the coins below Bitcoin and Ethereum. Actually, the coins, when I say altcoins, I mean these dirty things down here. You gotta, it's like we're going to a strip club and like, here's all the girls. You're like, no, who do you keep in the back that you're embarrassed to have on stage? I want to see that. That's where we're going, okay? We're digging. We're going behind the strip club to the 7-Eleven and finding the homeless person out back and saying, hey, we should hang out. Let's watch Netflix. But that's what we're trying to do right here. We're going to go down here, and these are the coins I'm referring to. These things, they have moved, but compared to where they're going to move, they haven't moved yet, if this is anything like other bull runs. Now, now let's talk about how we're going to play this. So methinks in my jellies, this is the fourth bull run. Okay, everybody knows what's about to happen here. Everyone's working with the same information. Everybody's looking forward to the Bitcoin halving. I don't think Bitcoin is going to go nearly as far as it did last run, which is a 4 or 5x. I think it's going to like 2x from here. That'd be my guesstimate. There's also part of me that thinks everyone's going to sell way too early at a 2x, and then it's just going to go to like 200, 250,000. I don't like to play with that type of speculation, though. And if you watch my micro cap trading videos, which I link to it below the video. You just go there. I usually don't like linking to things. I like making you dig around, but for the sake of time, I left a link to it below this video. You can see how I trade, and I don't like to hold until the top. That's not my strategy. That being said, for the sake of the time of this video, we're not going to talk about my entire strategy. So with that being said, I think the bull run in the altcoins is going to start way sooner than it did last run, where we really had to wait till like Bitcoin had doubled since its all-time high. I think we get to like 75,000. I mean, it's already starting up right now. I think we get to 75,000. This just goes nuts. So we don't want to wait for Bitcoin to be at like 80, 90,000 before we really decide to put our dick in the pencil sharpener here. We got to start taking some risk now. So I'm going to start talking about altcoins here in a second where we want to play this at. But there's one thing we need to talk about beforehand. If we go look at the last run too, this is so incredibly important, especially if you're new. Okay, we're going to go here and we're going to zoom it into the actual run. So from here, this is where I got in last run. Very lucky. I really didn't know much about crypto right now. I'm not tooting my horn, but ironically, I did buy the bottom out of pure dumb luck. Okay, and this is a funny story because I'm also going to tell you I lost a ton of money too. So you can see all the way up past all-time high and doubling, there really wasn't any dips. Like right now, all the way back up to all-time high we're at right now, there really hasn't been any dips. And people are like, oh, we got like 10, 20% dips. No. I'm talking dips that blow your butt cheeks off. You just sit on the toilet and the explosion's so fierce that you're just walking around like Taylor Swift, no butt at all, just wrecked. Taylor Swift fans, please leave me alone. It's just a joke. She has a fantastic tush. Am I even allowed to say that? She is not a sexual object at all. I've never looked at her butt once. Everything about her is fantastic. Please leave me alone, Swifties. I fear you. The respect is there. That being said, there's dips that are going to happen that we have not seen yet that are absolutely terrifying. So when I bought right here and this dip happened, we got the 38, I'm thinking really like, I'm a smart dude. I'm telling everybody I bought Bitcoin, I own Bitcoin, and I'm going to hold forever. And then this dip right here, it happened from 38 to 30, which is a good old like almost 30% dip. I was like, and I sold all my Bitcoin. I sold all my stack right here, and I didn't rebuy until like right here-ish, right here. So I cut my portfolio gains by a nice 25% right there. And I didn't get in nearly as deep. I would have made so much more money if I just like brazenly held through this, which is what we need to talk about. What we're probably going to see here very soon, and I smell one coming really soon here, is I smell some really nasty dips coming our way. And between now and the peak, we're probably going to see, and I think the peak will be like 120 something thousand. Again, watch my micro cap trading strategy. We're not going to try to like hold to the top. That's insane. As much as every influencer will act like they can read these markets, there is no way to read these markets. No one has any idea what's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen. So we have to play this using that kind of logic. But in my jellies, I smell a really nasty dip probably coming before all-time high and then definitely after all-time high. And we're probably going to see 2 to 3 really nasty ones before the peak. We could even see more. It depends how long this bull run goes for. I don't know how long it's going to be. And so it's incredibly important that you be mentally prepared if you're buying right now or you're buying, if you're waiting for a dip, I think that's really dangerous right now. I think the risk is being outside the markets right now. But we're going to see some massive dips. And when you're in the coins I'm going to be talking about right now, specifically like past AVAX, when we get into like the smaller coins, let's just say like something like Render. It's a coin I like a whole lot. I don't own any of it, but I like it. I think it's going to do well this run. It's kind of a leader in AI, whatnot. But I mean, when Bitcoin takes a little bit of a dip, we're going to see giant dips in these coins. Okay, giant dips. I think if we look at Cetify, here's an even better example. It's one of our favorite coins here. I mean, this thing went from, you know, if we look back this year, it went from $4 all the way down to $2.83 here recently. Okay, so we saw an easy almost 30-40% dip. So what is my point right here? As we trade these coins and hold them, you need to expect that you're going to see your portfolio cut in half multiple times on the way up. It's just part of the game. And so I just wanted to put that out there. There's nothing really I have to add to that except I smell a big nasty dip coming here very soon. It's going to be very ugly. People are going to use the headline and title this video and say, look, Becker was bullish. He was wrong. Be ready for that and expect it soon. maybe even after this video. So if you're buying right now, I'd expect to eat like maybe a 30% dip on where you're buying at right now in the near future. It is what it is. You're paying the price of getting in past the preliminary prologue round of the bull run. You don't get any easy holds from this point. So the next thing we need to talk about is you need to understand how this market is going to move. If you're new to this, or you're experiencing this, I see experienced people do this all the time because people in crypto have the IQ of a 16-year-old chimpanzee. Do chimpanzees live that long? Do they get their driver's license at 16? I don't know. Somebody has to fill me in with chimpanzee culture here. But what's going to happen in this bull run is we're going to see these markets I'm about to talk about. There's going to be this market. There's going to be another market. There's going to be another market. All sorts of different coins in crypto. Let's say we got NFTs. We got AI coins. We got gaming. We got layer ones. We got these drops coming up. And these things are all going to pump at different times. And what we're going to see in this market is we're going to see, one thing I think is going to be really interesting this run is all the people buying Bitcoin right now are institutions without the intention to sell. So before I talk about this, I want to talk about why I think this could be the biggest alt run of all time. In the past, what happens is whenever alt runs get going, what happens is all the money from the altcoins and the micro coins we're about to talk about flows out of Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin's dumping, everything else dumps. So what happens is Bitcoin would get up and then everybody would start moving their money down. We'd see an alt season and then Bitcoin would crash and it would just kill everything we were doing because everybody's pulling all their money out of Bitcoin. I don't think we're going to see, I think there's a chance we don't see that because we have so many institutions buying, and where all this bump is coming from is institutions and huge financial firms buying right now. I see retail coming in and purely just saying, nope, no more Bitcoin. We're just going straight to the 7-Eleven behind the dumpster. Let's go do some crack, and going down to these altcoins and just skipping Bitcoin this run because the gains that people come for in crypto, you're not going to give them in Bitcoin anymore. And I know a 2-3x from here sounds really sexy to normal investors, but this is crypto. We are mainlining heroin straight up our ass. We're not here to get a cigarette high, okay? So what I think is going to happen is we don't see this typical Bitcoin crash. So we could see alt seasons that are way, way longer and bigger than what we've seen in the past. And so what's going to happen is you need to understand that money is going to flow out of Ethereum, AVAX, and whatnot, these top coins, and it's going to flow into these mini coins. And we're going to see all sorts of pumps that get really hypey. We're going to see gaming pump. We're going to see AI pump, NFTs pumps everywhere. And what you're going to be is like a badger on Adderall, and you're going to try to jump between all these. You're going to sell your gaming coins to AI, and you're going to sell your NFTs to this and this, and you're going to be popping all over the place, and you're just going to become a distracted little gerbil, and that doesn't work. What you need to be doing in crypto is this the sexiest way to manage this? Is this crypto trader Wolf of Wall Street mode? No, it's not. You need to find one or two niches, which my niches are gaming and AI. And just put GA and I. And you just need to sit there and not do anything. And you don't need to sell. You don't need to trade in and out. You don't need to be trying to play these dips that I just talked about and selling at the top of the dips or the top of the mini peaks and then selling and then buying back a dip. You don't need to be doing any of that. Why? Because you're not a trader. You're not a talented financial anything. You are an idiot watching a YouTube influencer for your financial guidance who is luckily enough caught a bull run before other people. There is nothing about you or myself that is showing any amount of talent right here. You are a fool. I am a fool, and this is not my spick. I'm a fool who catches bull runs, rides them to the top, and then just gets out. No level of competency in you or my body that's going to allow us to trade in and out of these things and catch trends before they happen. No, we're just going to come in here like stupid chimpanzees and pick our niches and sit. That's it. If you look at my bags from since November, I got in. We got in about 10% off lows, and then we've just sat while slowly adding new coins that come to the market and AI coins. And that's it. That's how you want to play this market. If you're some trader that can read TA and call this market, I don't know why you're watching this channel. You should be ungodly rich by now. Or at least acting like you know TA and then selling courses on Twitter and YouTube and membership groups. Isn't that what all great successful traders do? They make so much money trading that they then start selling courses and call groups. Yeah, that's what Ackman started doing when he got good at trading, of course. But seriously, if you're really good at trading, by all means, do whatever you want. But you should have been making money bear or whatnot. If you're just making money right now in the bull, you're not a trader. It's time to sit down and do nothing. Just squat. Pure baboon mode. That's going to do the best for you. If I've been trading and moving in and out of coins and trying to trade these dips, impossible. So the most important thing is we have to know the sectors that are probably going to deliver the best gains in this market. Now, one thing to keep in mind is every coin is going to deliver good gains in this market. You really can't go wrong. When you see people posting on Facebook and Twitter talking about their gains, every coin is pumped. Now, I'm proud of this channel because we picked the gaming niche. That's where I said get all in November. That gave the best gains by far in crypto. But while we're up 8, 10x, even if you've gone to something as simple as AVAX, you're up 4 or 5x now as well. It's not like if you pick the wrong niche, you're not going to make gains. So don't panic so much. Your difference in X's might be between 5 and 10x. 5x is still fine. Leaving this market alive and in any kind of profit, it's fine. It's good. You won. You won. So I want to talk about the niches and the places I think are going to do very, very well this market. Now, before we get in it, again, please read this disclaimer. Now, also as I talk about these coins, full, absolute, total transparency. I have giant bags of some of the coins I'm going to talk about. On top of that, I have a ton of experience building tech companies, SaaS companies. That's where the main chunk of my net worth comes from. Therefore, also, when I invest in these companies, I also often partner with them and consult and advise them and help them with their marketing. Just like any VC would, you invest in businesses and you try to coach the founders and help the business grow. So I also consult and advise these businesses a lot for money. So of course, 100%, I am incentivized and rewarded if a lot of the coins I'm about to talk about go up. It just is what it is. If we come to this channel right here, I'm going to talk about investments in coins I like. If you guys want one video, I can talk about coins I absolutely hate and would never invest in. I don't know what to tell you. I invest in projects I enjoy. So if you're skeptical at all, because I'm talking about some coins I own, I'm going to mention coins I don't own as well. Just stop watching. And if you ever want to know exactly what I invested in, there's a list of all the coins and projects I advise linked to on my Twitter. So there's absolute full transparency. I can't avoid the crisscross between making content and talking about projects what I like and my investments. The best I can do, unlike other channels, is be completely transparent with you. Let's get into it. So, what spaces are going to do the best? It is going to be gaming and AI. I've talked about this at such lengths in this channel, I'm not going to talk about it too much anymore. I'm going to give a very general synopsis right now. Gaming, by far, has the largest adoption chance in all of crypto. It's where so many people that are getting into crypto the first time turn to because they get gaming. They understand owning in-game assets. They understand in-game currencies. And billions of people play games. Crypto and gaming is slowly becoming the highest invested in place in all of gaming, which means most of the games people are going to play here in 5 years are all going to be crypto games. They're going to have some type of crypto infrastructure in them. If you look, there's already huge AAA games being built with crypto infrastructure in them. Even GTA is looking at having crypto infrastructure. It's going to be huge. It's the largest entertainment market in the entire world. Right now, gaming sits at about a $30 billion market cap. Okay, that's the equivalent to what like a meme coin like Shiba got to last run. There is no exaggeration it can get to a 200 million to even 200 billion to $500 billion market cap. Okay, that's one Ethereum. That's all the coins in all of gaming. It's going to do well, and it already has done well. Now, AI, if we look at NVIDIA and the price of the stocks going up right here, it's the most overhyped thing in the market by far right now. There are a lot of things in crypto that allow AI to function and distribute processing power using decentralization. That's a lot of buzzwords. Now look, I could explain all the technical points about how AI processing power is distributed and the servers and the nodes and all that kind of stuff. That doesn't matter. What matters is we're trying to trade the most hypey, attention-driven narrative in all of crypto. And if you look at NVIDIA stock and you look at AI stocks, this right here has the juice. The market caps and narrative-driven hype we're seeing on AI is out of this world. Which is why we're going to sit in these spaces and we're going to squat. Now, there's a few other places like launch pads that always do well. There's a few layer ones on tech that are always going to do well. There's a few things I'm going to draw behind my head and image right here like I do every video that are absolutely the biggest secret to all of crypto. If only I just moved my little bauble right here. If only I moved the video myself right here, you'd become infinitely rich. Up there, it's popping out. Actually, surprise, I'm just drawing a dick. Nothing's there. Don't worry. You're fine. Maybe even draw a picture of Pikachu. The dick and the Pikachu are clearly separated. Pikachu doesn't have a dick. We all know this. He's asexual. He's non-binary. And this is a very tolerant channel, so we like that here. But let's actually start talking about these coins. So, I'm not going to give the coin list like I do in every single video. There's so many. Go look at my last video. I literally gave a 32 coin list. You should go watch that video. Give me way more watch time. Pump this channel. But in all seriousness, I just gave in my last video 32 coins. You can just go watch it. I'm not going to do it again. So go watch that after this video. I want to talk about the best way to really play these markets. So, if we're starting off from the top, you're not going to go wrong. If you're new in crypto, this is what I think you should do. Just buy some Solana, buy some AVAX. Don't buy Cardano. I mean, Cardano might do well. I don't know. I do like Cardano. I do like its tech. Its holders are just such terrible people that them having any amount of financial success is just terrible for the world at large. If we're really going to start from anything, I would just go Solana, going to get really good multiples. AVAX is going to get really good multiples. And Chainlink is just, this thing's eventually going to pump someday. It's foretold. It's the most useful crypto in all of crypto. If we're looking for just big 3 coins, you want to be a simple dimple, little guy. That's where you want to start at and just stay there. Don't even take your money off Coinbase. Watch Coinbase explode like FTX, and then people watch this video. I don't think Coinbase is going to explode. Just keep your money on Coinbase. Don't self-custody. Just leave it there. It's fine, okay? That's my advice if you know nothing about crypto and you are not going to take the time to learn how to do this. Now, for all you people that claim you're going to take the time to learn how to do this and claim you're going to become a crypto expert in research, but you're really not, let's all be frank, you're just going to sit there, buy coins that influencers suggest, and then lose all your money and then blame the influencers. It's totally our fault. I'll take the blame. For those of you, oh, I got the content you were looking for. Whip your dicks out. This is what you came to the club for. So, the place you want to start at is, of course, gaming crypto. Now, I want to give you simple portfolios, and I want to give you... I'm not going to go through all the micro caps. That's the last video. I just want to give you some simple kind of plans, some ploys. If I'm getting into gaming, I just want the best exposure. I'm going to buy Mutable X. It's the biggest coin in gaming. Infrastructure, it runs behind everything. I'm going to buy Beam, and I'm going to buy Super. Okay, and if I want to just get the biggest gains, I'm just going to buy Super and Beam. Call it a day. You're good to go. But Alex, what about all these coins down here? You can do that. You can go and get in all these coins. I mentioned tons of them last video. The only other one I would throw on top of that that's a really good infrastructure coin, I think it's really undervalued, would be Miria. And then maybe one studio that's really undervalued right now, I think, is Wagme Games. That's just a nice, simple portfolio. You got one undervalued coin. You got the chunky coins, and if the chunky coins, I think Super has the best infrastructure. I think it has the best chance to be just a big, nasty, multi-billion-dollar market cap winner, a good 5x from here. And there you go. Now, if I was going to spice it up a little bit, gambling is the second kind of little brother of gaming crypto. And what I would suggest most of all, just the best gambling coin there is of them all, is Crown by Third Games. Okay. It's a horse racing game that's partnered with the Kentucky Derby. And if you look into it, it's already starting to make a lot of people money who are playing it. And it's basically, you take everything that's in horse racing, how it works, people betting on it, raising horses, selling horses, having studs that they then help make other horses. Go ask your parents how the birds and the bees work. That's what they got in the game. It has great horse-on-horse action. I am going to get banned off YouTube. But it's an absolutely excellent coin. If I'm going to have one gambling coin, it's just going to be that coin. There's a lot of other gambling coins I'm into, but one gambling coin, I would definitely throw that into the portfolio to add some little bit of spice. Okay? So if I'm moving to AI coins, what I'm going to then add into the portfolio, and I think this is where you want to be at. Now, next video, I'm going to make a completely AI coin video. The gains we've been getting here recently, just on our few holds, have just been silly willy. And of course, there's tons of new projects launching in AI. But if you actually look at the total AI market cap, it's actually close to like 10, 15 million. There's a lot of big data coins that are included in here. But if I'm picking like the 3 horsemen, and where my big bags are, is it's going to be PAL, 0x0, and 100% OPSEC. Now, on all these coins right here, I think these are all easy 10x's if the market and the AI narrative gets going. Especially OPSEC, that's probably the smallest one of them at $100 million market cap. I think PAL is easily going to a multi-billion-dollar market cap. I think OXO is going to a multi-billion-dollar market cap. If once this AI narrative takes off, it's just going to be absolutely silly. And so I would throw those into my AI bag. Now, I want to give some honorable mentions. These are all coins that I own that I'm really into. I'm talking about coins I'm into. That's what you came for this channel for. He's pumping his bags. Well, what coins do you want me to talk about when I'm talking about coins I would invest in? Coins I wouldn't invest in? Yeah! All right. Okay. All right, cool. Can't please everybody. But let's talk about some coins I don't own that are actually really, really good coins. I don't own these coins because they're bad. It's just because you only need your dick in so many pots, okay? Like, for example, I think, Echelon Prime from here will probably get similar gains to PAL. So Echelon Prime, great coin. Akash Network, absolutely phenomenal coin. It's just too large. I want to get larger gains in AI. So Akash, amazing. Render, amazing. Near, amazing. They're just already really big market caps. And so we're looking at like lower X's here. The bigger the market cap, the lower X's we're going to get. Unless Near goes to like a $40 billion market cap, which is totally on the table. But if Near goes to a $40 billion market cap and does a 10X from here, PAL is going to do like a 30X. So that's I like to stand out Titanic mode, dick in the wind, like I told you. Now, if we're in gaming, my only other advice right here is you should be inside Neo Tokyo. This is the NFT project that myself and Elliot Trade started. It's an NFT networking group where literally every single top project founder is inside of. Immutable, Beam, Gala, Super, Engine, I believe, joined, Illuvium, Cetify, Vulcan Forged, Star Atlas, Nakamoto, Myriad, almost every single major big project is inside Neo Tokyo because it's where all the biggest investors, the founders, the most active traders are inside of crypto. On top of this, when you're inside Neo Tokyo, you get access to tons of seed deals. For example, and this is not created by me, this is just community driven. Everyone inside of Neo Tokyo was able to get in on Heroes of Mavia at 40 cents. It went up to $8, at $10. So they were able to make tons of money. And there's been many other seed deals they've been able to get into and just print. So if you're not inside Neo Tokyo, you're on the outside, So if you're not inside Neo Tokyo, you're basically just, I don't know what to tell you. If you want to make money in gaming crypto, but not be where all the founders, all the best traders, investors, and all the seed deals are, that's like wanting to get jacked and not having a gym membership. I don't know. So you should be in Neo Tokyo. That being said, some really good honorable mentions that I don't currently own in gaming. Illuvium is always going to do super well. I don't have it right now. I was an original Illuvium investor. I've already made my buck on that. I think Ronin is going to do incredibly well this run. And it's actually hard to find some things that I'm not actually invested in. And Veracity and Star Atlas, I think, are going to do exceptionally well as well. This one has to deal with streaming and advertising. Star Atlas is just a game. It rocks. Big Time as well is another one. Those are some games I would also look at. So I gave you my favorites that I own and then a lot of my favorites that I don't own. Finally, to wrap things up, the easiest bets, if you just want the bettiest bets of all of crypto, are going to be the launch pads, which is number one is going to be Cetify. It's just, if gaming is going to go nuclear and Cetify is getting access to people outside of Neo Tokyo to every single seed deal that's going on in gaming. Cetify is just going to get more and more demand, plus they're opening a studio and so many other things. I see it easily getting to $8 to $12 this run. It's just there, okay? Paid Network does the same exact thing. It's another launch pad where people are able to get seed deals very easily and early. They're starting their first launches in the coming week, so this is absolutely huge. This is when everybody starts actually demanding it. I think Paid Network is extremely undervalued right now for that exact purpose, because once the launches start happening and you start seeing all the drops that are coming on there, everybody's going to FOMO into it. And it's at least getting the same market cap as Cetify. On top of that, I'm never going to tell you to buy Bytes, which is the coin for Neo Tokyo, but it has the same function as those ones, and it's smaller. I'm not telling you to buy it. I don't trade in Bytes. While I do have a big bag of it, I'm not buying in and out of it because I'm the founder of the project, but I think Bytes are going to do very, very well as well. That all being said, my degenerate friends, that's what I think is about to happen in the market right now. And I think if you are just hopping in right now, it's not great, but it's also not bad. If you look at the history of crypto markets, really things don't start moving until Bitcoin busts all-time high. And if you look at searches, you look at views on YouTube, retail and the people that are going to fuel the altcoin booms, they're really not here yet. And the people that are in retail getting into this, they're going to go straight down the altcoins. And 99% of people who are getting into it are going to get into this and going to fuel this big market pump. They don't even know what AVAX is. So they definitely don't know what AI crypto is or gaming crypto is. And they're going to move down to that here in a month or two or a few months. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be outlandish. That's why I haven't sold anything. Does that mean I know what's going to happen and I'm guaranteed for crypto riches? No, I could be I could be a guy with his dick in a pencil sharpener right now about to have a really bad day. But this is my stance. This is the good fortune, if things go well, prediction and how I plan to play this market. So that being said, follow me on Twitter at ZSSBecker. That's where everything I talk about in these videos is talked about way sooner. It takes me forever to make these videos. It's exhausting. You don't know the mental PTSD I have from putting on grandma's fur coats and screaming gangbang jokes. It's tiring at times. If you like me as a person and want to see me eating food and traveling around with my wife, you should follow me on Instagram. It's fantastic. There's also pictures of my dog. Extremely helpful when it comes to trading. Other than that,